A British Army veteran fought back tears and tried not to get emotional as he recalled his service in Afghanistan and questioned what was the point of his proud achievements and tours in light of the Taliban now gaining momentum as Western forces leave. Caller Gary rang into LBC to discuss his time in the British Army and said the recent news about forces withdrawing from Afghanistan and the Taliban moving in had made him emotional. He told host Andrew Castle that throughout his service he justified the things he had to do because there was a greater reason behind it and respected the bigger picture of what he and his fellow soldiers were doing. But he added the hard work he put in and the pride he felt has been undone as he questioned what was it all for when peace in Afghanistan appears to be unattainable. US and UK forces have been slowly withdrawing from Afghanistan after years of aiding the government's forces in the fight against the Taliban. President Joe Biden announced all US forces would be withdrawn from Afghanistan on September 11 with many personnel already leaving the country. However, the Taliban have capitalized on the situation and have escalated their fighting against the Afghanistan government, who have relied on Western support for training and military intervention. Analysts suggest many civilians will be displaced and could cause another migrant crisis for Europe. Gary called into LBC to talk about his time in Afghanistan and said, "I've never spoken with a radio station like this before, but this has really struck a chord with me. I feel quite emotional about it this morning. When I served in Iraq and Afghanistan and Kuwait before that, and part of serving you always need to feel you're doing it for a reason. So you have to do quite difficult things on a daily basis, but you could always level it with yourself that you know you're just doing it for a reason. So back in Kuwait, we were doing it to protect Kuwaitis from Saddam Hussein crossing back over the border, and you could level that with yourself. Then when it was 2003 when we went into Iraq, it was weapons of mass destruction. You could really level that with yourself and with things that you had to do. And then that turned out to be not true, and then with this Afghanistan thing I really can't get my head around it. I feel quite emotional today." He explained he saw a huge loss of life which seems to be now completely for nothing, and continued to question his role in the army. He told host Andrew Castle he had respect for his enemy because, like him, they were fighting for a reason and had a cause to fight for, but that has now been taken from him. Gary added, "It's brought my whole career into question. Those tours I've been proud of and the things I have achieved. When I look back at it now, what exactly have I done it for? What was it all for?"